Hey guys, welcome to Code Assist. This is part 7 of our ongoing YouTube tutorial series TrueCallerClone. So in these videos, till now we have created, so you must be able to see the screen. So in last video we created the splash screen and did some logic about splash screen. Now we'll go for sign up screen and then verify OTP screen and then sign in screen. So without wasting any time, let's get started with our sign up screen. So first of all, we'll create an activity which will host all three fragments: sign up, sign in and verify OTP. Right, so we will create, so close all of these files. Now create we'll create activity authentication activity. Okay, now we will create a layout file for the same and we'll name it as activity underscore authentication. Yes, correct. Now we'll put fragment container view. So if you don't know what is fragment container and how to use this, I've created a detailed video on fragment container view, so I'll mention the link in the description. You can go through that link. Right, we'll use much parent. We'll use some constraints. So there is some trivial work that you will have to do. Okay, now we'll give it an ID. FCV main. You can give it an ID. Now there are three properties that I have mentioned in that video as well, that there are three main properties for this fragment container view that you need to mention in order to let it work. Okay, it is, yes. So three properties. So first is we'll have to so before that we'll create a nav graph for that. So I'll create nav graph, and for that we'll have to create a navigation directory. So we'll create Android resource directory. In that we'll choose type navigation and it's created. Now we'll create a navigation resource file and name it as nav underscore authentication. So all our authentication related fragments will be mentioned in here in this file, authentication. Okay, now what we'll do is, here we will mention, first of all, there is a default class. So for that what we'll use is name attribute, and which will use Android x dot navigation. Okay, wait, dot navigation dot fragment dot nav host fragment. Correct. So Android x dot navigation fragment dot nav host fragment. So please take this name twice before running. This might cause an error or something. Then we'll use default nav, and that is true. And the last property is nav graph new navigation name underscore authentication and index.navigation.fragment.nav. I think that is correct according to me. So now default new, this is true as well. Default new, I guess that is default new post, that is true I guess. And what is authentication? Yeah, so you can go through that class as well if you want. Then so this is done. So now we'll create three different fragments. So I'll just create another directory which I'll name it as UI. In that I'll create another package. I'll name it as authentication. In the same I'll create another package and name it as signin. In that I'll create a fragment, sign in fragment, yes, correct. Now we'll extend, first of all we'll extend fragment class. Fragment class, then we'll call this on create view method and another is on view created, right? We'll override these two essential methods that you should use ideally. Then I'll create a UI for that. So I'll name it as fragment underscore sign. We'll create that file and we'll just put nothing but a text view so that we can check that whether it's implemented or not. So for that I'll just create a text view fast max parent. Instead of that give it as wrap content and start to start parent and end to end parent. Yeah, so let's keep it till now, then we'll insert it. So for that we'll use binding. So what I'll create is private late init variable which is binding. Then I'll send fragment sign in binding fragment. Okay, for that I guess I'll have to enable view binding, that I have not done yet. Yes, so I'll enable view binding enabled true. Yes, exactly. Now sync this thing. It might take some time, so let it take some time. Then once this is synced, I'll be able to get this class fragment signing. Then that will be we will be using this binding. Then we'll bind the UI, and now we'll access all the elements of that UI using this binding variable. So I think that is a standard practice that you should use. Now on view, and after that on view created we will use all the method that on click of this sign what should we do and stuff like that. So what is the first of all, let's go to, okay, so it's now. So go to these designs. As you can see, in sign in we have this one text field and one text view. There is sign in button and there is another text view which is clickable ideally, and there is a TrueCaller clone, that is app name. So we'll put it over there, and there is this background, there is this card kind of thing. So first of all we create a background XML which will give a shape like this, and then we'll try to create it without using material card view, but then if it doesn't show shadow, then we'll go for card view. So let it build first. So according to me, if we use elevation, then it should show some shadow, but if it doesn't show, then we'll go for material card view. It will definitely show a shadow. So this thing will get resolved, and I think we'll have to keep it till now only. So we'll create, then we'll link it to don't have an account to sign up. We'll put some validation for this sign in field. Let's say the number should be of 10 character length or something like that. Okay, let it build. So Android always takes too much of time in building process. So it will be done, there is no issues. Then we'll use for this view, so we can create a custom view for this, but I think that is too tedious task to, it's not recommended. Instead you can use this OTP library, that is I guess Mukesh Solanki OTP view. Yes, so this is a view that I have used in many apps there, and that is, you can see 463 stars there are there, and he keeps updating this thing, so I guess that is helpful. So we'll use this view, exactly this, we'll use this Mukesh Solanki OTP. Yeah, so yeah, it's done. Now let's go to sign in fragment and see fragment sign in binding. Fragment sign in binding class, as I said. Now instead of returning this, what we'll return is, we'll create a binding equals to fragment sign in binding dot inflate. We'll pass inflator, and then instead of returning this, return binding dot root. Correct. Now what we'll do is, so that is done. Now we'll create a UI part of it. So for that, as you can see in the design, that we have this background. So this background is this color, so that is already there. So what we'll create is, we'll create a background throwable first. Okay, so yeah, so we'll create a background throwable. We'll name it as bg auth shape. bg auth shape मतलब background auth shape, will use shape, then we'll have corners that are about 10 RTP, then we'll have a solid and the color will be white, Android color white. Correct. Now, so this is all we want, so we'll give it that first. Before that, we'll create a frame layout, and we'll give it a background color as Android color white. Give it a match parent width and 250 SDP width, height, Then we'll give it an ID. There is no need for that ID, but let's start the start of parent. Correct. Then give it a color. Yeah, so it's done. Now we have some text as well. So for that, what we'll do is we'll have some text view. You give it as a wrap content. Copy these things. Then give it a text color. Sorry, give it a text, that is the app name. Then we'll give it a font family, which is Poppins medium. We'll give it a text size, that is about 15 SSP. Okay, then we'll give it a gravity, layout gravity, that is center horizontal. We'll give it a margin top, about 10 STP. We'll give it a text style bold. We'll give it a text color white. And it's done. Now we'll increase font size. Let's keep it 20. Right, now it looks good. Now what we'll do is, this text view is done. Now we'll create this card kind of a thing. So we already created a shape. So let's try creating another constraint layout. There we'll give it as a width match parent, not match parent, but we'll give some fix. Instead of giving fix, let's do one thing, give it a match parent and height as, let's say, not match parent, but let's say 0 dp, because then we'll give some constraint. So what I'll do is I'll create a top to top of parent, but not parent, let's say this frame layout, or I can put it, okay, so let's keep it that way. Start to start parent, end to end is parent. Now let's give it a margin from top, that is 200 STP, right, or let's say 150 STP. Okay, now we'll give it a background as the busy auth shape. Then we'll give margin, layout margin around 15 STP. Okay, then give some padding in order to just check that whether it worked or not. Yeah, so it works. Now let's try giving it an elevation of 10 STP. So it is elevated. Let's give some more. Does it show shadow? I don't think so. So it doesn't show shadow. So for that, what we'll do is we'll create a material card view. Material card view. We'll give it the same, these things. Okay, so now let's give it some shadow. Okay, there is shadow appearance. There is card. Okay, card elevation. Let's give it as 16 STP. Okay, let's give it. Okay, we'll see. So I think we do not need this background because there is card corner radius, that is we can give it as 10 STP, and then we can like give some background color or something as Android color white. Okay, that did not work. Okay, so let's skip it that way till now. For now, card elevation is 16 STP. Now there is some card shadow or something. Card background color white. Card corner radius. It's 10 STP. Let's check now. Okay, let's give some elements. Okay, let's give it a height as 0 dp. For that we'll have to give some bottom to bottom constraints, that is parent. Okay, now height is 0 dp. That should card corner radius is 10 STP, card elevation 16 STP, card background color is white, card foreground color is, let's just give it a shot. So that is for foreground color. I think 0 dp should work, but I don't know why it's not working right now. It should work. Margin. Okay, there is already this. Yeah. Okay, so instead of this, let's give it a background without shape. And as you can see, it is nice. Now we've given it a card elevation, but card elevation doesn't seem to be working. Let's give some gray accent color or something. So it should work ideally, but let me check why it's not working first. Card background color is correct. So let's remove this. Okay, so let it be for now. Let's create this sign-in thing. So this is a sign-in fragment. So let's create a sign-in. Font family is Poppins, medium. Text size will be around 15 SSP. Text color will be black. remove this bottom constraint. This looks nice. Now this also like text style is bold. Let's give it a text style bold, and let's give it a field, then this text view, then this sign in button, then don't have an account. First of all, let's run till now, and I also check this card elevation thing why it's not working, and then I'll tell you the issue. Okay guys, so I've run the app, and this is the error that I'm facing. Material card view, so there is this inflating exceptions. Then I realized I've done some Google and stuff, and I realized that I've used app component action bar instead of this. We'll use material components. Right now it should not show these errors. Then I've already enabled this. Just close this and sign in fragment. Then I've registered this activity authentication activity in Android manifest. That was not the case earlier. So I've done that. I've also created this binding variable on activity authentication, and I've created set content view binding.root. So this should work. Now I've created, so this is all this thing we already done in sign in fragment. I've just put toast in order to work, but it will work right now. So I'll just close these styles, just close these, and okay, yeah. So now I need to make this card background color as white and card corners radius as 10 stp, and yeah, you can see some shadow, right? And we'll give some padding, so that is I've already given, that is 10. Let's give it in here, right? Correct. So now it's done, and there is no need to run again right now, so we'll do it later. But this looks nice. Okay, so we'll create this field quickly, these 3-4 fields. We'll need another text view. Which has text plus 91, which has left start to start, parent right to right, top to bottom of. So we'll have to give an ID to this. So we'll give ID TV sign in. Right, remove this, give it 14 SSP. Correct. Okay, let's use Poppins. Right. Okay, give some margin top. Let's say 10 stp. Margin top 10 stp. Okay, this looks nice. Now let's create a text field. So for that we'll create another. We'll give it an ID TV 9 1. Correct. Now let's create text input layout field. This will give it a match parent, wrap content, text input, edit text, match parent, match parent. Now start and TV91, right? Okay. Match parent instead will use 0dp. Give it some margin, start around 5 stp. Okay, now there is background. I guess we'll have to use, wait. Okay, so we'll have to use theme, which theme we want. Let's say we'll use theme style. This text input layout, so text filled box. Okay, let me calculate it fast. Okay, so let's just this is actually what we want. This is the style. We'll just need this text input outline box 10. Border color, stroke. Yeah, correct. Now let's go for and is enter your mobile number. Okay, now we'll give it a text input type. That is number. We'll give it a max length which is 10. Then I guess that's it for now. As we are creating signings, we'll create another button, that is studios just okay. Then we'll have to create. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll give it an ID to this. TIL mobile. We are creating sign in button. TIL enter mobile. Give some padding. Let's set 10 STP. Smaller font size. Set 10 STP. Background. Use another color. We'll just go to this. Copy this color. We will give it a background radius, not background radius, we'll give it a background bg2. Instead that we'll give it a drawable bg shape, and then we'll give it a background tint, and there we'll give color bg2. Okay, now let's give padding start and 15. Padding top 5 STP. Padding bottom 5 STP. Correct. Now the text color is white and bold. White. Text style is bold. Font family and all is already given, yes. But that is medium. Means medium. Correct. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Now we'll just have to move it to center. For that, left to left parent, end to end parent, top to bottom of this. And why it is not yet centered? Because of, well, that is correct. Let's give it a gravity. I think we don't need gravity because this is constraint view. Width is wrap content, these and these, and there is something that is keeping it to underlined. Left to left, start of parent. Okay, so that is done. Sure. Okay, so this is not in center because end to end of parent. So I'll give some more margin, 20 STP. That is nice. Same here, give some margin, top, let's say 15 STP. Okay, okay, so instead of giving top constraint to this, for this plus 91 we'll give to this, so it will be in center of this view. So what we'll do is, instead of top to bottom of TV channel, we'll use top to top of TIL, enter mobile, and same for bottom to bottom. Correct. So now it will be in the center. We'll just have to remove this margin top, and there's padding. Okay. So now this is actually in center. Now we'll have another text view below this sign in button. So name it as TV move to sign up. Don't have an account. So you have to give some more padding, let's say 20 STB. Okay, that is correct. Give some more margin to top. Let's set 20 in here, 20 in here, 10 in here. Okay, I don't know why it is not showing this hint. I don't know. Text color hint as black. This should work. Wait. Okay, let's run and check. So I need 2 color of time. It's more than 30 minutes now. With 2 color of time. But there are many things that we have covered in this thing. We have like created this from scratch, right? I've covered each and every detail that I went through. I've also showed you how I Google things, so that we had this some issue for text input layout, that why it is not getting this outlined. So I just searched over Google and I'll just find out the issue, and then I'll just implemented it in here. So that's the way you code in real life situation as well. So I guess that's quite it for this video. We'll have more coming in. Let's think it will take some more. Okay, so let me show you the output first. Okay, I have to show you my mobile. So yeah, you can see this. So let it install first. Till then, we'll go through this some issue why it is not showing this hint. Color is black. So this is the output. So everything looks fine except this cursor. I forgot these. Okay, so instead of, I guess, these should event in here, right? We can give text input layout hint, and this text color hint is black, so it should show this. But let's say, okay, yeah, so as I said, so it is visible now, and we can change the cursor color. I just forgot the key for that. Cursor color. So here it is. So we'll use text cursor drawable as null. So I already took too much of time, so let's skip this video till now. It's more than 30 minutes, so I'll keep this video till now, and we'll improve some of the things. So we'll improve the entire UI and things later after we create all the screens, but still now we'll create these screens one by one. So I've created this sign in, then maybe in the next video I'll go for sign up, and then we'll be able to go through a verify OTP screen, and in that verify OTP screen will be showing the flow as well, that how the authentication flow should work, and after that video we'll have some UI optimization, that things should work in certain way. So text color should be black. Okay, then hint color is perfect, but when it is elevated, that color should also be okay. Now let's run. So yeah, so as I said that, so we'll complete this entire UI, then we'll go for the Firebase thing. So if you have any question, if you have any doubt related to that, you can ask in the comments. If I am wrong somewhere, if you know a better approach to approach this situation or this issue, you can contact me. You know my email, or you can just comment down below. And there is the issue that I'm facing. I'm not able to change the color of these hint, the elevated hint. So you know that is elevated hint, right? So I'll just put that elevated hint color text. So you use text color hint, right? Okay, hint text color. Here there is a different key for that. Let's just run again, and this time it will work, I'm sure. So yeah, so I'm also planning to like do a live series kind of thing. So I'm also planning to like, if you guys recommend, then I'll go live and create this sign up screen for you guys. But for that I'll have to like set up this live thing, because right now what I'm doing is my video is recording on another phone, my voice is recording on another phone, my screen is recording on laptop. Then I'll have to merge all these things, sync all these things. So that takes time. But if I'm using this laptop, if I'm live streaming, then I'll have to like make sure that I have everything correct or everything intact. Okay, yeah, so it worked, as you can see. Okay guys, so let's keep it till here. If you have any question, thank you guys.